April 24th, 1941. Drøbak Sound, Norway. 4:21 a.m. The water is black and glass still, broken only by the low silhouettes of warships sliding north toward Oslo. Snow hangs in the air. On the rocky cliffs above the narrow channel, elderly guns, thought obsolete, barely remembered, sit cold and silent. Then, in the darkness, a command is given. Fire! A thunderclap rips across the fjord as a 28-centimeter shell tears from the barrel of an Austro-Hungarian coastal gun built before the First World War. Seconds later, it slams into the German heavy cruiser Blücher, flagship of Task Force 5, ripping through her superstructure in a storm of flame and steel. The invasion of Norway has just run headfirst into a battle that will be decided in less than 45 minutes. Blücher presses forward anyway. On her bridge, Captain Heinrich Voldog believes the resistance will collapse. Intelligence said the fortress at Oscarsborg was a museum piece, manned by reservists, old men, a speed bump on the way to Oslo. He is wrong. From the cliffs, Colonel Birger Eriksen, commander of Oscarsborg Fortress, watches the burning cruiser through binoculars. He has already made his choice. No warning shots, no hesitation. Either I will be court-martialed or I will be a hero, he mutters. Another gun fires, another hit. Blücher staggers, her deck a chaos of smoke, screaming metal and men on fire. Anti-aircraft crews return fire blindly into the dark, muzzle flashes lighting faces twisted with confusion. Then comes the sound no one aboard the German ship expects. Torpedoes. Deep inside the mountain, in a hidden tunnel carved into rock decades earlier, operators arm Whitehead torpedoes, older than most of the men firing them. At 4:34 a.m., 2 are launched. They slice silently through the cold water. The first torpedo punches into Blücher, tearing open her hull. The second detonates near the engine room. The cruiser shudders, power fails, fires spread unchecked, ammunition cooks off in violent explosions that shake the fjord. On deck, German soldiers, engineers, Gestapo units, invasion troops meant to seize the Norwegian government scramble for lifeboats. Many never make it. Flames race along fuel lines, smoke chokes passageways, steel grows too hot to touch. From the fortress, the gunners keep firing. Each shot echoes off the rock walls like the hammering of fate. Within minutes, Blücher is no longer a warship. She is a burning wreck, drifting, helpless. At 5:30 a.m., less than 45 minutes after the first shot, the cruiser capsizes. Her massive hull rolls, then disappears beneath the fjord with a roar of steam and flame. Over 800 German sailors and soldiers go down with her. Silence returns to Drøbak Sound. But the damage is done, not just to steel, but to history. Because of this brief, violent battle, the German advance to Oslo is delayed. Hours matter, and in those hours, King Haakon VII, the Norwegian government, and the national gold reserves escape the capital. Norway will fall, but not without legitimacy, resistance, and a government in exile that will fight on for the rest of the war. On the cliffs, Colonel Eriksen lowers his binoculars. His hands shake, not from fear, but from the weight of what he's done. He has defied orders, fired without authorization, and sunk a modern cruiser with weapons his enemies thought belonged to the past. The Germans will occupy Norway. Oscarsborg will eventually surrender. Eriksen will face investigations. But on this cold April morning, for 45 minutes, Old guns, old torpedoes, and a single decision changed the course of a nation's war. In World War II, a conflict of years, continents, and millions, this battle was over almost as soon as it began. And it was enough.